Hi friends, it's Tracy from the Financial Freedom Diary, and today we are going to be doing my monthly cash flow plan for the month of March. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe below. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I appreciate you all oh so much, and thank you for returning. Let's get you guys zoomed in a little bit tighter, so that way you can see like my income and cut this bottom portion off a little bit there. I think that's good, so you can see my numbers and stuff. So the first thing we'll start with is my income. I'm scheduled to make $5,344.92. I'm a salaried employee, so that doesn't really change unless I get a raise or something like that. The $60, that's the savings that I plan on saving from my cash envelopes, and the total is going to be $5,404.92. Now you guys may ask, why don't I include YouTube? Normally by this point in the month I haven't accrued enough for the threshold, which is $100, to say I'm going to get paid or not. And also that number, like at the end of the month, that number adjusts. So when February is done, that number could adjust back and I still not reach that threshold. So I'd rather not anticipate that or include it, so that way I'm not let down or anything like that, because that's kind of like out of my control. So the first thing we are going to start with is the gifts, and this is for my son's birthday gifts and Christmas. So I'm going to turn this just a little bit because I kind of write at a slant. My gifts are going to get $90. My sons, they're going to get $120. And so the total for this section is $210. I wish I had lined that up right to make them adding a little bit easier on my eyes. But yeah, this is an automatic withdrawal from both of my checks that I set up almost 10 years ago. So that's just been going into their savings accounts, and that's just for them, and I just never stopped it, and I don't mind it going out to them. Gifts, I've reduced it a lot, and that's just for their birthdays and for Christmas, and that's it. I don't have any anticipation of doing anything, or I don't anticipate, let me get that right, I don't anticipate doing anything for anyone outside of them for holidays and stuff and birthdays and stuff. So yeah, most of my friends, no, all of my friends know I'm on a debt-free journey, and so they respect that, and I appreciate them for doing that. My rent and mortgage, and mine is just rent, is $990.95. You see what I just did? I was trying to skip something. So if you're new, what I was about to skip was that I like to know how much money I have left. So 5404.92 minus 210, I have $5,194.92. And so if you're wondering why I'm doing something that represents my monthly budget so early, I do that because I am a worrier. Always have been, probably always will be. And this kind of helps me, know I got everything under control. And this is such a habit now that I'm disturbed if I don't get this done by the 15th. So I'm going to subtract $990.95 from what I have left after savings. And so I have $4,203.97 to go. I have sent in my paperwork to renew my lease. Actually, I did it online. My son's already signed too. Because they're adults, they are on the lease with me. So, but technically, I'm the person who pays the rent. But I've done that, and so there's a change, and they're looking for legal liability protection. So I need to call them just to make sure that's something totally different from renter's insurance. And I need $100K in legal liability protection. So once I just double check, I'm going to call Geico and see if they can do that and add that into everything that I have through their company and take care of that. So that may affect either March or April. I just don't know right now. So, but it's on the horizons and it's in my notes to take care of. So now we're down in the utilities. I live in Memphis, Tennessee, and our utility company takes care of light, gas, and water. So they do all of that. So these 3 lines are just one line for me. And so I'm going to bump this up to $300. This new thermostat that they put into this apartment is trying to kill me, y'all. I'm just going to tell you, it's trying to melt me. Trash is included in my rent, so I pay a fee for that every month. My cell phone, my portion of the bill is $75. My portion is the one that grows whenever Sprint decides to change. My kids, we're all on the same plan. Internet is $112, and the boys, they give me $50 towards that bill. And so if it increases, that difference is on me, because I'm the higher earner in the household. So this section for my utilities is $487. And let's subtract that from, and I hope y'all can see that, because I don't think you could. Let's subtract that from 4203.97. And I have $3,716.97 left to go. Now, groceries. March is going to be a 4 Sunday month, and you guys know I shop every Sunday, $75 a week, and that means I will budget $300 to my groceries. Let's make sure I'm still in frame. And so I'm not adding anything to my restaurants. I have that money already there. That money is for the team building events I have to attend for work. And we haven't had anything recently. I think the one time we got together for the Christmas shopping for youth villages, nobody could sit down. Nobody was comfortable with going inside and eating. I think only one person was, but everybody else was not. So we didn't spend any money, so I got to keep my $40. So it just rolls from one month to the next. I don't apply it to debt. Now, once we're off of that and we're back in the office, that's subject to change, and you'll see me put money into that every month, because at where I work, team building events are mandatory. It's not optional. Clothing. For laundry, I'm going to budget $45. And I used to just put a little, I think $10 or, yeah, I think it was $10 into my clothing envelope. I haven't bought anything recently. I've been working from home, so if it ain't sweatpants, I'm not interested. So I'm not adding anything. And plus, 1 year from March is when I plan on being debt-free. Yeah, my debt-free date has been moving back, but I plan on getting it done by March or earlier. And so I'm cutting out a lot of things. See, subtract $45. And to be honest, the cutbacks that I'm making, I don't feel deprived at all. I have what I need. I want to get out of debt more than I want to have new clothes. So I hope that makes sense. Gas for the car, I'm going to budget $80. I still drive into the office. And, you know, of course, Sundays when I'm doing all of my errands. Repairs and tires, I'm going to budget $75, and this is a sinking fund. I made this electronic so I don't have to I found, you know, like towing company that does credit cards, so I could use my debit card. Excuse me. I'm getting the hiccups. So I'm sorry, but yeah. So I've worked out that list, and I have it saved, and so everything's good there to keep that electronic, and I don't have to worry about having that money in the house. Now let's subtract out $155, which is the total of the transportation category. Been trying to suppress this hiccuping thing I'm doing over here, so I'm so sorry. So we have $3,216.97 left to go for this month. And now to my insurance. Now this is the one that might change. This is a section that might change, which is going to affect my debt. But I'll find out if it might not, because it depends on the cost. Because I can use what I put aside for my insurance sinking fund, and then if it's over, I can take from there. But we will see. Health insurance is $26.84. My auto insurance is $95. My renter's insurance, I've paid up for the year, and so I'm going to renew in September. And identity theft is $6.96. And my insurance sinking fund, so let me cross this out. Typically I do these. I do all this before. I set aside $100. So yeah, that little change that they want me to make is going to cost me. Why did I do that? You see, I hate when I do cents and then let's make it all match. There we go. Now I feel better. So on a memory, so $26.84 plus $95 plus $6.96 plus $100, $228.80. And memory recall minus $228.80. And so I have $2,988.17 left to go. Now down into the personal section. Toiletries, this is my household category. And so I'm going to budget $50 here. And let me push this up some. My subscriptions, I only have the one. This $2.99 for my iCloud. And then my pocket money, which is $100. So this category is $152.99. And so I'm going to subtract that from $29.88.17. And I have $2,835.18. Sorry for the pausing, but I'm trying not to hiccup again. I'm trying to hold it in. I don't do anything for recreation and vacation. That's going to be, opening up when I'm debt free. So that's like one of those things I'm looking forward to when I'm debt free. It's like, vacation, what is that? And not a staycation, which staycations aren't bad for me. I like sleeping in my own bed, I'll be honest. I'm going to change student loan 1 to all. Student loan 2 is going to be extra. And then student loan 3, I'm going to call it student loan snowball. Okay, so for all of my student loans, I am going to pay $180, which kind of represents the standard monthly payment I would have to pay if we were repaying student loans right now. We're in forbearance. But I'm going to switch that back on because I want to see those loans change, even if it's just a little bit, you know. The extra amount that I'm going to apply to those 3 loans is $100. So this $180 is just the 3 that I'm not concentrating on paying off. And then my snowball amount is going to be the difference. So let's subtract out 180 minus 100. And so my snowball amount is going to be $2,555.18. And that's going to go to Q16. So I'm going to add this up just to make sure that this category equals 2835.18. So, and I'll clear that M out when I start recording. And that wasn't me telling you guys, that's me telling myself because the little M is bugging me. Okay, so the total is 2835.18, 2835.18, and so I have 0 left to spend. And that's why I like this form. It just kind of helps me get to my zero-based budget, and I just get to watch it. I've been using it since I went to FPU back in September of 2017. I was budgeting. I had started budgeting probably June. I think it was mid-June of that same year, but something wasn't sticking, and so I was like, I think it was the 25th anniversary that year, so I'm like, let me just go ahead and pay. You got this whole bundle when you did, and so I'm like, let me just pay for it and clear up what I'm not grasping. And so I did that. And the group that I was with, the church I went to, they were, you know, it just worked out. And I was able to learn what it was, where my weaknesses were. And I didn't use that to beat myself up, but to learn, you know, what I needed to focus on, what habits I needed to change, and start working on those things one by one. And then I got to accept that it was okay, that I couldn't do what other people were doing. I am single. I don't need to be comparing myself to a couple, and how quickly that they're paying off debt, that my debt journey was going to be, my debt-free journey was going to be different than the next person's. So I done messed up. Okay, so my balance, my camera cut off, is $54.07. So I'm $4 over, so I need to go through and see if that's my handy dandy calculating, or if I got something wrong. 210 plus 990.95 plus 487 plus 300 plus 45 plus 155 plus 228.8 plus 152.99 plus 2835.18. So there, yeah, that was me talking and using a calculator at the same time. I know I can't do that. 5404.92, and so I have a zero-based budget. And so yeah, I am done. But yeah, I was talking and I can't use no calculator and talk because I'm not paying attention to what my fingers are doing. But yeah, I did find, for you guys who want to know where I started, this was all of my debts. That 127, 729.41, that was the total, but that won't be what I paid over time because, you know, all the interest. This is just a snapshot at the very beginning. And then I at some point came back and I set these little milestones for myself. So the one that I'm trying to get to now is 25%, which is about $32,000 of debt to go. And I think I'm at 37. And so I think when I came on YouTube, let me back down. When I started YouTube, I had all of these student loans. This was my payment for the month. And that was the car balance because I owed on a car too. So yeah, and now it's down to just these 4 here. I need to go and cross those 2 out. But yeah, that is where I came from. And this is a snapshot from May 21st, 2019. Thank God I wrote the date here, right? And that was the beginning of all of it. Yeah. But yeah, FPU saved me from feeling some funky kind of way that I wasn't progressing like other people and being discouraged. I remember being in FPU and my accountability partner from the class, I would send her clips of people from Dave Ramsey's podcast, I believe. And, like it's encouragement because we're supposed to encourage each other. And that would be the one thing she would focus on each time was how quickly or how much income and stuff like that. And it was like, no, let's not focus on that. We focus on what is their percentage of debt to income. What is that ratio? Because once you find the person or persons, because it can be a couple, whose debt to income ratio kind of matches yours, and you see how long it took them to pay theirs off, it kind of helps you understand about the time. If you are focused on getting rid of the debt, it'll take you. And then you'll find out those people had issues along the way. You guys know I have issues. I've had things come up. I've had car problems, and mainly car problems this along the way. But like it kind of gives you a rough time frame. So yeah, I say all that because to look back at all of this and see that number and to see this list and to know I'm here now. And when that's gone, I'll be here and here. And my goal for the year is to get this one gone, that one is going to be gone, and I want to have this one really paid down to where I owe about, I want to say it was either I wrote down $7,700 or $5,700. $5,700 sounds like what I would like to go. That's me being aggressive. But yeah, just seeing this, I'm thankful that I stuck it with my approach. I'm not really changing around. I change how I would pay debts, what I'll put to what. So it's like I change here, but I'm not changing my overall goal and where I want to be. And so, yeah, this makes me thankful. So, yeah, just want to show that to you just in case you are new, because some of you guys are new and you weren't around back when I started the channel. And so you didn't see me talk about all of that. But anywho, thank y'all for listening. I know I'm a little bit long-winded today, and I will talk to you guys on Tuesday. I'm going to apologize up front. It's going to be another 4 to 6 weeks and maybe 8 weeks of me working 12 and 13 hour days, and it's been this past week it was 4 days that I did that. So I may not be able to get to your comment and really process what you're saying to me. So I may not be able to reply, but I will reply. But I'll make sure I go through there and heart all you guys, because I do love you guys. And I do appreciate all of the wisdom that you share with me. But you guys have a super fantastic day. If you have not had a chance to subscribe to my channel, subscribe below. And I will talk to y'all on Tuesday. Y'all have a great one, and y'all stay warm. Bye. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, y'all stay cool.